Well, hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to Codeheck. I'm Ryan with you, and I'm back with another Python's tutorial. In the previous video, I have talked about some data types, some numeric and string operations. Today, I will be talking about conditions and list. Well, stay with me. Hopefully, you'll learn something new. Hello everyone, there is a tip for you. You should also open the IDLE with me and code as I code. Okay, at first today we will learn the conditions. To learn the conditions, we will need to learn a new data type, which is Boolean. Well, there's only two Boolean data, true and false. True and false. You should be careful about it. The T of true and the F of false must be capital. Well, let's see the type of true and false. I'm using the type function which I have introduced in the previous tutorial. Well, this true and false also can be interpreted through numbers, like 0 is false and anything else is true. To check a condition true or false, there is a function called bool. Well, you can just type anything here and it will check if it's true or false. Like I am giving the value 0 and it says false. Well, if I give anything but 0, it will return true. You see, it gives everything true, but if I type, it will return false, cause 1000 into 0 is equal to 0. So the bool function will return false. Well, the bool function can be used to check a string is empty or not too. Suppose a string is b and it's empty. Well, there's no word, data or anything here. There's just not even a space. Let's see, it will say false. But if the b is Codeheck and then we type bool b, it will return true, cause there is a data in the variable b. Well, there are three keywords to use in conditions. Well, there are if, else and elif. Well, let's see the if first. What does if do? Well, if, this is a keyword. It checks a condition and then runs some certain lines that I ask him to do. Like, let's say I typed if and then I have to give a condition like 6 is greater than 5, and then I have to type colon, and then I have to hit enter, and you will see the cursor will shift it to one tab right. And now I have to write a thing. If 6 is greater than 5, then it will print true. Well, this is a string true, not boolean true, and I have to press enter 2 times and it will say true, cause 6 is actually greater than 5, so it will print true. Let's say a is a variable which contains 5, and then I say if a is greater than 0 and then a colon, then hit enter, then I say print positive and hit enter 2 times and it will print positive, cause a is 5 and 5 is greater than 0. Let's say another. Say b is equal to 0 and I say if b equal 0 colon and then say print 0, it will print 0. Well, I have used double equal sign here, and at the previous line I have used one single equal sign. Why is that? Because when we assign some value of variables, we will use only one equal sign, but when we check some condition, like here it's checking if the b is equal to 0 or not. If b is equal to 0, it's gonna print 0. In these two cases the condition matches. Let's see what does it do if the condition doesn't match. If b equal 1, it will print 1. Let's see what it does. It does nothing, it just shows blank space here cause b is not equal to 1. It's checking if b is equal to 1. It found it false, so it will not print 1. But in the previous case, it checks if b is equal to 0 or not. It found b is equal to 0 and therefore the condition is true, so it prints 0. In this case, it just prints nothing, but there's another keyword which can be used to do something else if the condition doesn't match. Say if b equal 1, then it would print 1. And here I have to write another keyword. I would press enter one time and then go back to the beginning. Well, I will not start here, I will start here. You can use back arrow or backspace to do that. I am using mouse. Just click here and you will have to type else and then another colon and hit enter, and you will see it will automatically shift it to right. Now you'll have to say something. Well, I'm saying print not 1. Well, let's see if b is 1 or not 1. Hit enter one time and hit enter second time. It will say not 1. It's not 1. b is 0. It has found the value of b here, which is defined as 0. Well, let's see another case. A equals to 5, b equals to 0, c equals to minus 5. Now let's say if c is greater than 0, it will print positive. Well, c is not greater than 0, so it won't print positive. Let's see with else what can we do. Well, I will hit enter one time and then go back to the beginning here, and then I will type else colon print not positive and hit enter two times. Let's see what does it do. It will print not positive cause here I have declared the value of c to minus 5. It's not a positive number, it's not greater than 0, so it will print not positive. But what if I use b here? Well, there's a bug. It will say only positive or not positive. It won't show positive or negative cause 0 is neither positive nor negative. So for 0 we need to use another condition, but we only know 2 keywords and these 2 keywords can be only used once in a conditional block. However, there's another keyword which is elif, which can be written as many as you can and as you want, as you need, in the middle of if and else. To consider the value of b, which is 0, I will type if b equal 0, print 0. I'll hit enter one time and then where we were writing else, we will use the keyword elif. Well, elif refers to else if. Well, in the else keyword we didn't use any condition because it's not designed to accept any condition, but in elif we can declare some condition here. I will type a condition here which is b is greater than 0, and then like the other keywords I have to use colon, then hit enter and then say it should print positive, and else it should print negative. Let's see what it does. Well, it prints 0 cause in the first line it checks if b is 0 or not. It has found 0, so it will print 0 and it will not run the rest of the codes. Well, in condition block, if it finds a condition to be true, it will not reach the rest of the codes. It will just end here. Well, that's it for the condition part. Well, after hearing the word list, what comes to your mind? Well, it's a list, a memo or something like that. Yes, it is actually what you think. Well, in other programming languages it can be compared with array, but in Python it is called list. Well, how to write or how to create a list? First you have to name a list. Let's say I am going to list the items on my table right now. I'm gonna naming my list table, type equal, then start third bracket. Then inside the third bracket I will write the things that on my table. As I have to write the thing's name, the data type of this will be string. So I will start quotation and name those things, like I have pen, and then to write the next item I have to use comma and then another quotation and then write the next item. Well, these are the things are on my table. I will hit enter, and then if I type table and hit enter, it will show me the list: pen, keyboard, mouse, monitor, gamepad. Let's see what is the type of this table. I'm using the type function. Well, it says that variable table belongs to the class list. So table is a list type data. Actually it's not a data, it's a data structure. How many items are on my table? Well, you will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I will say len table. Yes, it returns me 5, so I don't have to count it. Let's see what it does if I type table 0. Well, what will it return? Can you guess? Well, it returns pen. Why? Because I have typed the name of the list table and then started a third bracket and typed 0. Well, it has some similarity that I have showed in my previous tutorial of string. Well, if I type 0, it will return the first item in this list. 0, it will return pen. If I type 1, it will return keyboard. If I type 2, it will return mouse. If I type 3, it will return monitor. If I type 4, it will return gamepad. Well, there's the all item. And if I type table 5, it will say list index out of range. Yes, it's out of range because it's 0, it's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, and there's no 5. It starts from 0 to 4. There are 5 elements, 0 to 4. Well, can you tell me what if I type -1 here? In your sense it should say list out of range, but it won't. It will print the last element. Well, it's like reversing the things, reversing the list. If you type -1, it will return gamepad. If you type -2, it will return monitor. If you type -3, it will return mouse. If you type -4, it will return keyboard. If I type table -5, it will return the first element, which is pen. Well, if I type table -6, now it will say list index out of range because there's nothing before pen here. Well, now let's see what is the type of table 01. It should return string. Yes, it says the table 0 belongs to the class str. Well, str refers to string. I have told it before. Let's see some list operation, like, well, if I type table, it will show me the current data of table. And if I write table, then inside the third bracket I type 0:3. What will it show? Well, it will just print the table list from 0 before 3. Well, it will not include 3. Well, let's see what it prints. It prints the table 0, it prints table 1, it prints table 2, but not the table 3. Okay, let's see another table 1, then 3. Well, it prints table 1, it prints table 2, it doesn't print table 3 or table 0. It can be typed like this also. If I say I want to print 0 to 4, I will just type, I don't need to use 0 here. If I want to just print the list from the index 2, I will have to type table 2 and then colon. Well, it will just print from index 2 to the end. Well, let's see how can we print in different style. Let's say I want to print pen and then skip the second one, then mouse, then skip the monitor, then print gamepad. Well, to do that I have to type like table, and then I have to give the range. Well, these are the ranges, 0 to 3, 1 to 3. These are the ranges. I have to give the range. Suppose if I want everything, I will type 0 to 5, 0 to 5, and then another colon. Then I have to type a number, like I'm explaining this. I'm typing 2. Well, let's see what it does. Well, it prints pen, then skips keyboard, then mouse, then skips monitor, then prints gamepad. The same operation can be done without range. Well, to do that I just have to ignore the range part. I will just have to use table, then 2 colons, and then type 2. Well, can you say what will it show if I type table :(-1)? It will just simply reverse the list. Well, it's very useful. In other languages we have to deal with many problems to reverse a list, but it's quite easy. If we want another data to add to our list, we just have to follow this method. Well, now I have my headphone on my table. What will I do? I'll just say table plus equal, start a third bracket, then write a string. I will write headphone. And now if I want to see what's on my table, well, it will include headphone at the last. Okay, that's it for today. I guess you have learned something about conditions and list. Well, these are very fundamentals of Python programming, and well, in further cases like loops or objects, you will need them a lot. So thank you everyone for being with me. Assalamu alaikum. Well, hopefully see you again in my next video, which should cover loops.